Hi, my name is Jeff, and I'm here taping another podcast with Fitness Over 30, and I'm here with...
Mariah. How you guys doing?
And how are you today, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be here, happy to be podcasting, and I think we got an exciting topic, especially for novelists.
I think so, too. Today we're dealing with the topic of, I just started exercising, or I would like to start exercising, so where do I begin?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, it's a lot of different scenarios that can apply to that, but I think we had a few bullet points that we wanted to go over, so we'll start with those, and then we'll get into the discussion a little more.
Okay, so number one, and I think this is probably going to be number one on a lot of lists that we have, but it's consult with a physician.
Yeah, you just want to make sure you cover your bases. You know, you don't want to be exercising if you got a heart condition that says you shouldn't get your heart rate over a certain amount. So definitely checking with the physician is an ideal plan.
And you also talk about also the structural things that may impede a person's working out.
Yeah, exactly. So if anything with the shoulder, knees, hip, you definitely want to make sure all those things are just, you know, the doctor will give you a quick once over and give you an approval. Of course, the movement will tell us a lot more. But
yeah, I agree. And also, it's so important because there's such a vast range of things that people can do to be active, right?
Exactly.
And I think before we even move on, let's go into what those things are, right?
Exactly.
Because we don't necessarily look at becoming active as just walking, just running,
right, just
going to a commercial gym, lifting weights, joining a class.
No.
I'm going to write down the things that we spent about 2 minutes on this. So, biking, martial arts. There's all different types of martial arts. Some of them, you know, kicking, punching, some of stand up, some of ground.
Yeah.
And they all take different tolls on the body.
Yes.
Racquetball, tennis, walking, running, Zumba, dance class, basketball, softball, roller skating, handball, swimming, hiking, rock climbing, rowing, archery, golf, ice skating, yoga, Pilates, strength and conditioning, CrossFit type of training, and also bowling. So these are the things that we came up with within about 2 minutes.
Right.
And, you know,
it's a lot more out there.
There's a lot more out there. I mean, it's basically what is your fitness over 30, you know what I mean? All right, so number one, we have consult a physician. Number 1A is get with a fitness professional and a nutritionist as well.
Right. And not that you have to hire that person permanently, that you have to hire a trainer and work alongside of them 3 days a week. Maybe that's not in your budget.
Right.
But I'm going to strongly advocate that you get with a professional, get them to write you a plan and consult with that professional to make sure that you're doing the exercises right and progressing correctly.
Now, one thing I would say is, you know, when people think about getting with a fitness professional, and this is outside of their personal care physician,
right,
they're thinking about the financial implications of that.
Yeah.
So let's say you don't have the money that you could even spend for a personal trainer,
right,
where they can actually develop a plan for you. What would you suggest for that step 1A?
Okay. Well, one thing I would say is there are a lot of information sites out there now, and we're hoping Fitness Over 30 will be a great site for you guys to come get beginner to it, even advanced level information. But so, you know, maybe checking in with the different places of YouTube and different videos and just exploring that realm and seeing, just to get your body moving, does that feel good to you?
And get an idea of what other folks are doing.
That's
like I
right.
say, if you haven't been moving, there's a whole wide world out there that you will be getting introduced to. So
right.
It's a lot to take in, I think, at the beginning, but
right.
You know.
And you can even go to like your commercial gyms, and they usually have circuit training machines set up. You know, for your basic, just get you moving. Those things are great if you're not doing anything at all.
And then it costs nothing to go walking.
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing. All right, so goal 1, consult physician. 1A is fitness professional and nutritionist. Number 2 is set personal goal. Assess what do you like to do or what would you like to learn. Now, what I always like to say to folks that I work with, and for folks who, if they come to me and they say, you know, this is their intent.
Right.
I'm too old to be doing things that I don't want to do.
Right.
Right.
Because you're probably not going to keep doing them.
Exactly. It's not something that you can maintain. We're into getting folks, motivating people to get involved in activities that develops a lifestyle. And a lifestyle takes time, not months. We're talking about years.
Right.
So we're talking about something that's sustainable. Even if you've been taking a dance class, maybe you've been doing it for 3 to 5 years, and I'm trying to think, like salsa. That's on my list of things to do, is learn how to salsa dance. But Maybe you get bored with salsa and you need to check out something else, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about a lifestyle. It's something that's readily repeatable.
Right.
And it's going to go on for a long period of time, not for 2 weeks,
Right.
not for 6 weeks.
That's right.
But it's something that's readily repeatable.
Right.
Goal 2A, or I would just say 2A, would be to talk to a friend and a family member who you know are already actively.
Right.
They have a active
workout
lifestyle.
schedule. Right. And let's hit on that when you're saying setting your goals too, because I know you've dealt with a couple of people who have come to you for weight loss. So if they're doing weight loss, that's also a good time to go ahead and get that nutritionist involved in that plan so that you get your diet on point.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The thing about setting your goals is there's no way that you can meet a goal if you don't even know what your goals are. Right?
Exactly. Or you don't have a plan.
So is it to lose weight? Is it to lose inches?
Right.
Which is slightly different.
Right. Is it to be pain-free at your job all day?
Right. That's another one.
You know?
That's another one. Or is it just, pain-free, want to feel good?
Right.
Want to try something new?
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
exactly. I got a couple right now. I'm training for just a Disney trip. You know, I mean, a goal could be as simple as just walking a 5K.
Or you want to, it's so summertime, we're on the cusp of that starting, but maybe it's, you want to fit into that 2-piece bikini.
There you go.
Right? So and it doesn't really matter what it is, but you have to set in goals.
Right.
And now you have something to work towards.
That's right.
Right? So, all right. Number 3, set a schedule. Plan your workout, and your exercise days.
Right. That's right. And that's a big one. You know, when I first initially meet with people for that consult, I'm really trying to peg where are they at emotionally and mentally with the exercise piece. Because if they're not committed to doing a set schedule, that gives me a lot of information as far as what I have to deal with overcoming the obstacles that individual face.
Well, it's so important, especially when you're just getting started.
Right.
For folks who've been doing this for a while, we kind of we have a schedule in our brain. You know what I mean? Because we've been doing it so long, it's sort of like it's a way of life for us.
Yeah.
But when you're just getting started, and I can remember when I was just getting started, for me,
you need something tangible.
You need something tangible. You need something that write it down.
Right.
Put it on a calendar.
Mine was Pilates Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Right.
I worked out a lot before, but that was the beginning of a different journey for fitness for me.
Right.
And so you have to have that schedule. And you have to have that set time. It doesn't have to be the same time every day, but ideally it should be.
And the other thing is you do everything you can to meet that schedule. Like your fitness schedule, that goal, it's got to be at least one of the top 3 priorities of your day, of your week.
That's right.
Right? You can't find excuses to not meet your goal. What you need to do is, instead of focusing on reasons, is try to come up with reasons
to get there. Right. I can't tell you how many times people come in and they tell me I feel like crap.
So do I.
Right.
Me too.
Yeah. I'm starting my workout and it's like I'm dragging. I don't even want to be here.
Right.
But by the time, if I can just get past that first 10 to 15 minutes, something kicks in. And by the time I'm finished, some of those days are my best workouts.
I can tell you 100% that I don't always feel great when I begin my workout or when I'm on my way to class. Right. But I always feel better when I'm leaving. 100% of the time.
And that's
I always feel better. Regardless of what happened during class, I always feel better when I'm leaving.
And that's because during exercise, we're releasing endorphins. So for the people who are not moving, you got to realize you're missing out on a euphoric feeling that comes with the movement.
Right. And it's kind of like the runner's high. It really doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, you could be tap dancing. You could be learning a new routine.
Exactly.
That dance you do may be to a song that's 4.5 minutes long. And when you dance that dance as perfectly as you can do it, and you put your all into that, it's nothing like it. It's just a feeling with that, man. It feels great.
Right.
All right, so that was number 3. Set a schedule, plan your workout and exercise days. Number 4 is, after your first couple of workouts, get an idea of where you are physically, what you can handle from an intensity level.
Exactly. Making sure that you're not going to the point where you're going to injure yourself is ideally what we're speaking of.
Yeah, that, and also I think you want to have a sense of accomplishment over time. So it's like you always have a place to start from, which is your measuring point. And then, whether it's 4 weeks, whether it's 6 weeks, whether it's 2 months, you want to be able to go back and say, wow, This is what I was doing when I first started.
Exactly.
This was my breathing rate after I got done with this type of exercise, and this is where I'm at today. Because you're going to feel good. You're going to feel like it's work.
Right.
Like I always tell my students, like, we're going to work today. They're like,
right.
What are we working on? Boom, 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 boom. We're going to work, right?
And the psychology of that, not to cut you off, but the psychology of that is so major. Let's reference the NFL for a quick moment.
Okay.
All right. When a rookie quarterback gets to the league,
right,
a lot of times they don't just throw him into the fray.
Right.
Because
there's a reason for that.
There's a reason for that. So that's the same thing we're speaking of with exercise.
And that's the confidence. They want to build that confidence first.
Don't go do a CrossFit class your first exercise regimen. Don't make that your first one.
And also, if you are in that type of class, remember it's not about what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
It's about what you can do.
Exactly.
You got to continue to be self-centered and self-focused.
And self-aware.
Self-aware.
Right.
If you're in a class.
That's right.
A general setting. Again, don't focus on them. Focus on being able to self-improve with the different techniques or exercises each time you go back.
That's right.
And with that, over time, you may actually be doing the things that you saw other people do that you thought was either ridiculous or impossible for you.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to review real quick. Number 1, consult a physician. Number 1A, fitness professional and or nutritionist you would like to consult as well. Number 2, set personal goals. Assess what do you like to do or what would you like to learn. Again, I'm too old to be doing things that I don't like to do.
Right.
And the fitness, there's plenty of opportunities out there and things that you could be doing that provide you with an opportunity to be active.
Right.
What is your fitness over 30? Find what that is.
That's right.
Number 2A is talk to a friend and or family member to see what they're doing. If you have a family member that's active and has been active for a long period of time, you may want to talk to them to see, and get some advice or maybe even participate in the class that they're already going to.
That's right.
Number 3, set a schedule, plan your workout, exercise days. Number 4, after your first couple of workouts, get an idea of where you are physically. And then number 5, after giving thought to number 4, set your growth goals.
Right.
So which will aid you in a feeling of accomplishment in the future. And again, I'm right here today. That's number 4.
Right.
But then where would I like to be in the future?
That's right.
So if you start off walking a mile and it takes you about 15 minutes to walk a mile,
right,
maybe your goal is to get through that mile in 12 minutes.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Or maybe your goal is, I don't want to just do a mile. I want to do a mile and a half.
Right.
But we want to make that mile and a half in like 18 minutes or maybe 20 minutes. Right? Again, setting goals.
Yep.
Is there anything else you want to leave our listeners with on this topic?
So, also with that in mind, you want to make sure that you try different exercise disciplines. As we talked about with activities, try all of the different exercise regimens so that you can see where you're weak at. Exactly. The main thing we're really trying to find is there weakness in the body?
Right,
and can we get rid of it?
Right.
So all of these different movements bring out different things.
So it's kind of like, have fun. Like if you have chosen an activity, have fun at whatever you're doing, but also be aware.
Right.
Be aware that there might be other things that you can do to achieve a pain-free life with your body. That activity, the current activity that you've chosen, may not cover it for you.
That's right.
All right, and with that, we'll leave our listeners. I hope you guys have a blessed day.
Yes, and if you want some tips and advice, please come to www.fitnessover30.com to get some tips and nutritional and exercises. We got an array of different things on there for you guys to come check out. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Have a blessed day. Take care.